page here that's the format of the exam. The exam is an 8-hour exam. You've all taken the fundamentals of engineering exam, so you know that it's an 8-hour exam. It is a general exam covering 10 subject areas. This format is quite a bit different. In the morning, you have what the NCAAS calls an essay exam. But really what that is just a worked out or graded problem. Many of these problems are open-ended design problems. There may not be an exact answer. You will have 12 different problems to choose from, and you'll need to choose 4 out of those 12 problems. And that is a graded problem. In the afternoon session, there will be, again, 12 problem sets. But here, these are all multiple choice. So there are 10 problems or 10 questions per problem. And again, you'll need to choose 4 out of the 10 problems. So in the morning session, then the essay questions, you can choose any 4. You have to indicate which 4 you want graded. They're not going to let you work 6 or 8 of them and then pick and choose the ones to be graded. So you have to tell them which 4 you want graded. The problems are all hand graded. NCAAS has subject matter experts across the United States that grade these problems. They grade them in 2-point increments. So you could get anywhere from 0 points to 10 points on the problem. And 10 points would be showing complete mastery of the subject and getting either the right answer or getting the answer that is showing mastery of the problem. And so you have a total of 40 points available in the morning with the 4 10-point graded problems. The afternoon session also has 12 problem sets. 12 problem sets in the afternoon, and again, there are 10 one-point problems there. 10 one-point problems. There's no partial credit per se for the afternoon session, but the fact that there are 10 different 6-minute problems means that you certainly get partial credit on the problem. It's the entire problem set, because you could get anywhere from 0 to 10 on that. And again, you have to designate which of the 4 problems that you want graded. Now, passing on this exam is 48, or 60%. There are 80 total points, 40 points in the morning, 40 points in the afternoon, and you have to score at least a 48 in order to pass, which is a 60%. You don't have to score so much in the morning and so much in the afternoon. It's your total score of 48 that will count. Now, most of you will probably be taking the exam here in Texas, and so the next page gives you the current rules that you have in Texas that you'll have to use in order to take this test. At the current time, Texas allows you to take in 10 books, and only 10 books for the P&P exam. They require that all the reference material be bound. Now, binding by them means that it has to be either a 3-ring binder or a spiral notebook or something like that. You can take in textbooks. The Lindbergh text that we've sent up to you is acceptable for use in the exam. You can also take in solved problem sets. These are also acceptable. Calculators have to be silent, to be battery operated. You can't go in and plug it into a wall. They won't allow laptops. They also won't allow any calculators which would enable you to literally program in or input in the problem statements. There are, because of this 10-book limitation that Texas has, and I'm not saying that these necessarily should be recommended, but there are some test takers that have gone in with very large 3-ring, 3-inch, 4-inch notebooks and put every spiral notebook, every sample test exam, anything that they can find to take in there. And I guess you're only limited by the amount you can carry. The exam makeup on the next page is something that we've already talked a little bit about. You can see what's there. The first, the second, and third pages gave the makeup in each given area. So if, again, if there are 2 problems in a given area, you will see one problem in the morning and one in the afternoon. If there's only 1 problem set for a given area, then that could be an AM or PM problem. We don't know how that's going to shake out. Now, for those of you that have not at this point applied for to be able to take the exam, the Texas State Board is probably typical of a lot of state boards. Sometimes you can get the approval to take the exam. You have to apply generally months in advance. The state board told me that about the fastest they approve anybody to take the P&P exams about 6 weeks. Sometimes it might take as much as 5 months. So the half a dozen or so of you that are planning to take the exam in April, you know how long it took you, and you can give advice to others when to apply. But my suggestion is that you get together and start getting all your material together and start applying in April or May if you're going to take the exam this October. That'll give you some extra months just in case you happen to be one of them that gets hung up on the time. The last piece that I have here for you is to give you a couple of important addresses and phone numbers that you might want. Texas State Board of Registration for Professional Engineers, which is where you will be applying for your registration packet, and your application to take the P&P exam is listed here. It's in Austin. The phone number, fax number, and mailing address are all given. So that information will be, I think, helpful to you when you apply. And then the second bit of information here is the phone number for the National Council of Examiners for Engineering and Surveying, or NCEES. They have a technical assistant that is responsible for each of the P&P exams. So they'll have a technical assistant that's responsible for the structures exam, for the chemical exam, for the civil, for the mechanical, the electrical. And the one for the civil engineering contact is Dr. Mike Morrell. And Mike is a very helpful person. He said to call him anytime that you've got any questions. If you have any questions about the civil engineering exam, the makeup, the format, they have a voicemail system at NCEES, and so if you call the 803-654-6824, you'll get their voicemail. You just plug in code in 232 as his extension whenever on the voicemail, and you can get Mike directly. He's very helpful. He said if any of you all have any questions at any time about the exam or the makeup, anything, he'd be happy to assist. So that, by way of introduction, is what I have to present to you. And if do you have any questions at this point about the format of the exam, or any questions, the general questions related to the exam? None?
What a quiet bunch.
It's a quiet group, that's right. Okay, well, good luck to all of you that are going to be taking the exam this time, and to those of you that are going to be taking it later. It's a pleasure for us to deliver this course to you. And now I'd like to turn you over to Dr. Lee Lowry.